Hi guys, this is Programming Dauntless, and in this video, I am going to be showing you how you can make a 3D Pong game in Python. Before we get into the coding part, you need to have the Uracina module installed. For that, you need to open your command prompt and use the pip command to install it. If you already have Uracina module installed, then you can skip this part. To install this module, you just need to type pip install Uracina. In my case, I already have this module installed, so it is showing requirement already satisfied. Now let's jump right into the coding part. Number 1, you will need to install the Uracina module. Create a basic screen and run it. Now you are done with the basic setup of your game. Now we will create the platform, which means that the ground on which both the paddles and the ball would be on. Now here is the platform. This will create a green colored cuboid on the screen. After that, we would need one of the paddles. By paddles, I mean the cuboid shaped stick kind of thing that actually control the ball in the game. Now that is the controller for the player. The second paddle would be for the kind of robot we would be making to act as an automatic opponent for the player, which means that it is going to be a single player game. Finally, we will create the ball, which will of course be the one which is going to be swung around in the game. Now these would be some variables we would make, which would certainly help us in the future. This would be the speed or the velocity of the ball when it comes in contact or already is in contact with one of the paddles in the z-axis. This would be the velocity of the ball towards the x-axis. I will tell you how will the x-axis variable work in the coming parts of the video. Lastly, we will set the camera angle and position. Now we will get the basic fish shapes and the platform. Now if we run this, you will see that there are two paddles, one ball in the middle and one green colored platform. Now we will create the basic movement and controlling of the ball and the paddles. First, we will start with the main game loop, which is known as the update function in the Uracina module. Before anything else, we will define the dx and dz variable as global. Now we would type held if held keys right arrow, and yes, I am making the controls with the arrow keys, and q1.x, which is the name of the paddle which is going to be acting as the player is greater than smaller than 3.2. The cube 1x would change by 0.1. Now the same with the left arrow keys. Left arrow and cube 2.x. No, cube 1.x is greater than minus 3.2. Cube 1.x is equal to cube 1.x minus 0.1. Now if I run this, then it should create the basic movement of the paddle that is going to be acting as a player, and it is working. For the ball's position, we would type ball dot position is equal to ball dot x minus bx, and 1 would be the y position, and ball dot z minus dz. The next step would be to create the collisions. For creating the distance checks, you will need to type if distance ball cube 1 is smaller than 2, then dx would be equal to ball dot x minus cube 1 dot x divided by 10. We are dividing this by 10 because the actual value of this would be just too large and the ball would just zoom around in the platform. Now we would multiply the dx by minus 1 and dz by minus 1 also, so that the ball goes in the correct direction. And we would also increase the ball z by 2 to prevent any glitches which is regarding the ball getting stuck near the paddles. For the other paddle, we would just copy this whole thing and paste it. Instead of cube 1, we would type cube 2 and just reverse this whole thing, cube 2 dot x minus ball dot x and ball dot z minus 0.2. And now if we run this, the ball is going correctly. It is going the correct way as it should be if this was real life. The next step would be to create the boundaries for the ball. As you would be able to see, the ball was going too far and disappearing from the map. Creating the collisions are pretty simple. We would type if ball dot x is greater than 3.5 or ball dot x is smaller than minus 3.5. If this condition is true, then dx would be multiplied by minus 1. This would be the boundaries for only the x axis. If the ball moves too behind or too forward, that is behind any of the paddles, then for that the code will be if ball dot z is smaller than minus 4.1 or ball dot z is greater than 4.1, then the ball's position would reset. That is, it would be 0 x 1 y and 0 z, and dx would be 0, dz would be 0. These would be the original values of the variables. Now if I run this, as you can see, the ball is not going out of the map, and it is also making sideways collisions. Now the only thing that is left is the second paddle's movement. For creating the movement of the second paddle, we would type if ball dot x is smaller than cube 2 dot x and cube 2 dot x is greater than minus 3.2, then cube 2 dot x would decrease by 0.05. Then for the other way around, you would just copy and paste this, inverse the greater than and less than signs, and make the minus 3.2 a 3.2. And for this situation, the cube2.x would increase by 0.05. How to just increase the difficulty? You can make it 0.1 or just equal to bold.x, but that would be just impossible or very difficult. So for now I'm just putting 0.05. If everything is correct, then this should work. And yes, it is working. You can also make this game if you have followed the code given in this video. So, I hope you liked it. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.